Hello guys. Hello. We are a student of IPMI International Business School MBA class of September 2023. So now we are going to highlight the book of Robert T. Kiyosaki. The title is Rich Dad Poor Dad. So hopefully this book review can be a lesson learned for the people that try to get the enrichment of the investment and business. The book is based on Kiyosaki childhood. Kiyosaki tells the story of how his father had a PhD but struggled with the money. The book in three sentences. First, Rich Dad is about Robert Kiyosaki and his two dads. His real father, poor dad, and the father of his best friend, rich dad, and the ways in which both men shape his thoughts about the money and investing. Second, you don't need to earn a high income to be rich. Third, rich people make money work for them. Okay, the lesson one. The story highlights the importance of making decisions quickly and decisively, especially when faced with opportunities. The text discuss like a protagonist struggle with his wealthy father, lack of teaching, punishment for his son. The protagonist question whether he is blaming his father or fighting against his situation. Rich father believes that the people work for money without understanding the true purposes of their work, leading to exploitation and poor decision making. So the highlights of the importance of understanding the differences between working for money and having money work for oneself rather than focusing solely on education of working for money. So Rich Dad explains the people lives are controlled by fear and greed, leading to the rat race. Fear motivates people to work hard. Greed leads them to think about the wonderful things money can buy. So this pattern is known like a rat race. So the clue is now the poor and the middle class work for money. The rich have money work for them. See you for the next chapter. Hi, hello guys. We continued in chapter 5, lesson 5. The rich invent money. So in this chapter, the author tried to emphasize the importance of self-confidence and financial intelligence in today's world. So, citing Alexander Graham Bell's the story, as an examples, they argue that the personal genius is not just about the academic achievements, but also about the guts, chutzpah, balls, audacity, bravado, cunning, and etc. So the author encourages students to develop their financial IQ to thrive in a rapidly changing world. So they use like a cash flow, board games to teach people how money works and how to create the new financial options. The author emphasized the importance of strong financial foundation, starting with a strong financial education. So they use real estate and small cap stocks as their foundation for the financial growth. The author shares their philosophy of investing in both real estate and stocks, starting as small and gradually growing to millions. They believe that the passive income of over 100,000 US dollars a year is possible for the average individual. They also share 10 steps to finance freedom, emphasizing the importance of having fun in the process. So, the clue in this chapter is often in the real world, it's not the smart who get ahead, but the bold try to fight the fear. Okay, this is our review, and the clue is try to make a decision in fast, like the high-speed train, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. See you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, I am Soffin and I am IPMI student from September 2023. I am very excited to tell you that you have to read these books that can really opens your horizon about becoming a financially successful person later in life. This book is Rich Dad and Poor Dad. On chapter 3, this book talks about mind your own business. Yes, mind your own business. Well, there is an interesting statement that the rich focus on their asset columns, while everyone else focuses on their income statements. There are many people are confused with their profession and business, because there is a big difference between profession and business. So, and we know that financial struggle is often the result of people working all their lives for someone else. For young people, it is important to realize the difference between an asset and liability. These books tells that their asset, their home, was eating them alive. Their assets was costing them money every month. Their car, another asset, was eating them alive. Young people often think to buy assets with liabilities. And the fact is, they are burdening themselves in liabilities. They work for paying liabilities. And in the end, the assets will be inflated in value. Guys, so start minding your own business. Keep your daytime job, but start buying real assets, not liabilities. My daytime job is an obstetrician and gynecologist, but I have to start buying real assets, not liabilities. Then what is the real assets do you or your children acquire? Well, I can tell you that you have to read these books to prepare your assets for better future. This can open your mind to be a rich dad. Our mom, is that right? Well guys, now we jump to the chapter 7. Guys, it's even more interesting in chapter 7 because it is talk about overcoming obstacles. The primary difference between a rich person and a poor person is how they manage fear. I guarantee you will be even more curious because this book discusses about main reasons why financially literate people may still not develop abundance of assets columns that could produce a large cash flow. At least, there is 5 reasons. From these books, there is 5 reasons. 1. Fear. 2. Cynicism. 3. Laziness. 4. Bad habits. And 5. Arrogance. It is not having fear that is the problem. It's how you handle fear. It's how you handle the losing. It's how you handle the failure. Failure inspires winners, but failure defeats losers. Remember a quote of John D. Rockefeller, who says, "I will always try to turn every disaster into an opportunity." Guys, what do you think? This quote has positive vibes, right? Yes, it's very positive. Because Rockefeller said that he always tried to turn every disaster, every failure into an opportunity. So the winner and the loser, it's difference. Failure inspires the winner, but failure defeats the losers. This all depends on how you respond, how to deal, and how to look at the problems, guys. Rich dads believe that the words, I cannot afford it, that can shut down your brains. But the words, how can I afford it? It's open up possibilities. It's open up excitement and open up dreams. So guys, I think there are still an abundance of very useful lessons from this book for all of us. Therefore, let's devour these books. See you guys. Healthy greeting always. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello guys, I'm Christine, IPMI MBA student from the class of September 2023. I would like to share with you the summary of book review of Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I would like to recommend you to read this book because this book gives practical insight about wealth and also investment. But with note that it's not from the accounting perspective, it's more on the practical things. So we will start with the chapter 2, Financial Literacy. It's not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep. Our assets are large enough to grow by themselves. It's like planting a tree. You water it for years and then one day it doesn't need you anymore. Its roots are implanted deep enough, then the tree provides shade for your enjoyment. Where to start? Start with financial literacy because it's the strong foundation. Rule number 1, we must know the difference between an asset and a liability and choose asset by asset. So, what kind of asset? Of course, the productive asset. For example, rent, real estate or property that we will use for passive income that coming from the rental revenue. And then stocks, bonds, notes, intellectual property. And what example of liabilities that takes money out of my pocket? Mortgage, consumer loans, and credit cards. So, if our pattern to spend everything that we get, most likely an increase in cash will just increase in spending. So, the second rule that is important is cash flow. Cash flow tells the story of how a person handles the money. The Rich Dad financial statement, according Robert Kiyosaki, show why the rich get richer. It's because the asset columns generates more than enough income to cover expenses, with the balance reinvested into the asset column again. The asset column continues to grow and therefore the income it produces grows with it. The result is that the rich get richer. And why the middle class struggle in their financial? Because the primary income is through the salary. As their wages increase, so do the taxes. And the expense also tend to increase. The middle class treat the income as the primary asset instead of investing in income producing asset. This pattern of treating the home as an investment and the philosophy that a pay raise means you can buy a larger home or spend more is the foundation of today's debt-ridden society. Increased spending throws family into greater debt and into more financial uncertainty. even though they may be advancing in their jobs and receiving raises on a regular basis. This is high-risk living caused by weak financial education. Another quote that is quoted by Fuller in this Kiyosaki book is about wealth. Wealth is a person's ability to survive so many days forward. Or if we stop working today, how long we could survive. Hello guys, let's continue with chapter 6. Work to learn, don't work for money. Robert Kiyosaki shares that a lot of talented and smart people earn very little in their job because they are too focused on specialist skills and they didn't want to learn new skills that synergize their skill. So he recommended to synergize the skill with his financial intelligence, which is the synergy skill set of accounting, investing, marketing, and law. Besides that, there is main management skills needed for success, which are first, management of cash flow, second, management of systems, and the third, management of people. The first one, management of cash flow, is already stated previously. And we will talk about management of systems. So it is important to learn the business system instead only focus on specialist skills, because the more specialized you become, the more you are trapped and dependent on that specialty. So that's why his quote of Robert Kiyosaki is to know a little about a lot, which means that it's important to know about every aspect of the business. So Kiyosaki spent time working in different areas of his rich dad companies. For a while he worked in accounting, construction, sales, reservation, and marketing. He sat in the meetings with bankers, lawyers, accountants, and brokers. And another most important special skills that's really important is sales and marketing. The ability to scale, to communicate to another human being, whether it's customer, employee, boss, spouse, or child, is the best skill of personal success. Communication skills such as reading, writing, speaking, and negotiating are crucial to a life of success. The skills of selling and marketing are difficult for most people, primarily due to the fear of rejection. So the better you are at communicating, negotiating, and handling your fear of rejection, the easier life is. And we'll talk about the third things, which is management of people. Kiyosaki writes that emphasized that the hardest part is managing people. He had spent 3 years in the army. The rich dad value learning, and he learned how to lead men in the dangerous situation. So he said that if you are not a good leader, you will get shot in the back just like they do in business. So that is what Kiyosaki also recommended us. Besides that is that we need to be able to give as well to receive. So teaching was one of the ways to give. So the more we give, the more we receive. Giving money is the secret to most great wealthy families.
Hi guys, let's continue to chapter 8. In chapter 8, talk about the getting started. So focus on the importance of financial education and continuous learning. Robert Kiyosaki notes that acquiring wealth was not easy for him, but it was also not too difficult. He offers the thought process he goes through daily to find great investment deals, comparing it to learning to ride a bike. Wobbly at first, but easy once you get the hang of it. So, there are 10 advices from Robert Kiyosaki. The first one, find a reason greater than reality. Having strong emotional reasons behind your financial goals helps overcome obstacles. The second one, make daily choices. We become what we study and focus on. Robert Kiyosaki chose to study investing and money from a young age. And the third one, choose friends carefully. Next, the number 4, master a formula, then learn a new one. You need your money making recipe and discipline to put it into action. The number 5, pay yourself first. So that's why the meaning is save a portion of your income before paying expenses. The number 6, pay your brokers well. The meaning is quality financial guidance should make you money. So pay professionals well and gain from their expertise. Robert Kiyosaki keeps brokers who invest themselves and help him to profit more, something like that. And the number 7, be an Indian giver. So calculate your capital quickly, then profit them assets purchased with it. The number 8, use asset to buy luxury. So that's why Robert Kiyosaki suggests when you want to buy the luxury, so that's why use your asset, no debt. Number 9, choose heroes. The meaning, so that's why you should have the role model on investment. The last one, teach and you have to receive. Giving money, time, knowledge or smells returns to you multiplied. So overall, in this chapter, teaches readers that financial education and continuous learning are essential for achieving financial success. It encourages readers to embrace risk and failure in order to grow and improve their financial situation. That's all guys in chapter 8. Thank you. Next. Hi guys, let's continue to chapter 4. Before that, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Mikel. I am MBA student at IPMI International Business School, class of September 2023. I am from Group 1. Okay, in this chapter, talk about the history of taxes and the power of corporation. When we are reading this chapter, it's important to keep in mind that this book is a motivational book. Robert Kiyosaki shares the fascinating story from Rich Dad, Poor Dad about the history of taxes and how the rich use corporation to their advantage. Robert recounts the lesson his two fathers. The first father is educated but poor dad, and then the second father uneducated but rich dad. What happened guys? Taught him about money, taxes and corporation. Robert Kiyosaki highlights the contrasting tax treatment of business owners with corporate structure. For example, see corporation as corporation versus employees who work for corporations. Business owners can leverage the tax code to their benefit by earning, spending, and then paying taxes on their income. While in contrast, employees are taxed first on their income, leaving them with less to cover their expenses. Moreover, Robert Kiyosaki emphasized the protective shield provided by corporate structure against lawsuits. Wealthy individuals often shield their assets by controlling them through corporation, making it difficult for potential litigants to access their personal wealth, a tactic which ensures that even if someone sues a wealthy individual, they may discover that the person owns nothing in their name while retaining control over everything. Robert explained that for main areas of financial intelligence, accounting, investing, markets, and law, mastering accountings allow you to understand financial statements and see strengths or weaknesses of a business. Investing provides strategies to make money grow, definitely, and understanding market helps supply or demand analysis. And legal knowledge, especially regarding corporation, provides protection and tax advantages. Overall, lesson in this chapter emphasize the importance of focusing on learning and acquiring the valuable skills, rather than just chasing after the high salary. It also encourages the readers to consider entrepreneurship and taking risks in order to create their own financial success.